When I married Sarah, I believed we were building something real, a partnership grounded in love, trust, and respect. For years, I poured myself into supporting her ambitions. I worked extra hours, saved for our future, and made sure she never went without. But gradually, she began to change. She grew distant, impatient, dismissive. At first, I chalked it up to the stress of her demanding job. I tried harder, cooked her favorite meals, brought home small surprises, planned weekend trips to spark something between us. But the more effort I put in, the colder she became, as though my presence was a burden instead of a blessing. One night, it all came to a head. I reached for her, craving closeness, but she recoiled with a sharp laugh. "You're not man enough to be with me," she said, her voice slicing through me. The words hit harder than any blade. For a moment, I just stood there, stunned. My wife, the woman I had given so much for, was mocking my worth as a man. I forced a weak smile, pretending it was just anger speaking, but her words echoed in my chest long after. The following days were torment. Every time I looked at her, her insult replayed in my head. I questioned myself endlessly. Had I failed her? Was I really not enough? But deep down, I knew the truth. This wasn't about me lacking. This was about her losing respect. And once respect dies, love doesn't survive. I realized nothing I did could repair what she had already let go of in her heart. Our marriage wasn't destroyed by mistakes. It was destroyed by contempt. That weekend, I made one final attempt. I sat her down and spoke openly. I told her I loved her, that I wanted to fight for us, that I was willing to put in the work if she was too. She listened, arms folded, eyes rolling in boredom. When I finished, she smirked and said, "You're too soft. That's why I don't feel anything for you anymore." Those words shattered the last hope I had. It wasn't stress. It wasn't a misunderstanding. She had chosen to belittle me. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, replaying our memories, our vows, our honeymoon, our first apartment. All of it now felt like a cruel joke. My patience, my sacrifices, my love, it all meant nothing to her. By morning, I had clarity. I wouldn't beg for love that was gone. I wouldn't fight for respect that no longer existed. If she thought I wasn't man enough, I would prove her wrong by doing the hardest thing, walking away. When I told her, she laughed, assuming I was bluffing. "You'd never leave me," she said, full of arrogance. But when I calmly handed her the divorce papers, the smirk vanished. Her face twisted with disbelief. For the first time in months, I had her full attention. She asked if I was serious, her voice trembling. I nodded. "You broke this marriage when you broke the respect." I told her, her eyes filled with tears. For once, she had no cruel comeback. She just sat there, stunned, as if realizing she could no longer walk over the quiet, patient man I had been. The tears came slowly at first, then in floods, as she begged me to reconsider. I didn't mean it. I was angry. "I can change," she whispered, gripping my arm like her life depended on it. But I didn't budge. I had pleaded for love long enough. I had endured more than enough humiliation. Divorce wasn't escape. It was freedom. It was the only way to reclaim my dignity. I gently pulled my arm away and told her it was too late. In the days that followed, she tried everything: apologies, sudden affection, promises of change. But I knew it wasn't love. It was fear. Fear of losing the stability I had given her. Fear of facing the world alone. I signed the papers without hesitation. She once thought I was weak. But walking away from years of pain and contempt was the strongest decision I ever made. Looking back, I feel no bitterness, only relief. Her laughter, her cruel words, they don't haunt me anymore. They remind me of the moment I chose myself over someone who couldn't see my worth. She wept when I asked for divorce, but by then, her tears carried no weight. Respect is the foundation of love. And once it's gone, so is the marriage. I walked away, not because I wasn't man enough, but because I was strong enough to